News coming in of the Qataris pulling out of the deal for Manchester United. Sheik Jassim has now pulled out of the race, and it looks like Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to get 25% of the club, as well as taking over all football-related segments of the club. Bjorn, brother, what are your thoughts on this?
Obviously.
Hard go to answer the question.
For anyone out there that's wondering, Dean's a Man United fan, and obviously, as all United fans, they fucking wish that Qatar would take over. This is the best possible news for rival fans. 25%, Glazers are staying on, going, no. Bro, I'm laughing so much because this is honestly, it must be heartbreaking for you guys though, because being so close to the Qatari investment and hearing talks of Mbappe coming and all of this, to finding out that the Glazers are staying on and Sir Jim is taking a 25% like equity in the club. I don't know, it doesn't make sense. I think it's just once again the Glazers trying to get as much money as they can out of United.
No, for sure, bro. They don't want to lose a major asset. And they've decided that they don't want to be selling to Sheik Jassim. You know what I worry about is that maybe the situation has like come from this whole Israel-Palestine situation, right? That they wouldn't, as Jewish faith people, they don't want to be selling to a Muslim faith consortium. You know what I mean? I hope it's not the case, something like that. But
good point,
bro. I read about this and I thought, you know what? Of course, they've got business partners that share the same faith as them, and I assume that they wouldn't want to be. You know, they don't want to be intertwining themselves in this type of situation. But regardless of that type of situation, look at the football situation, and bro, it's just such a killer blow for us. They're talking about a 1.5 billion investment to the stadium and helping the community of Manchester, developing the training grounds, developing the youth academy. That's just gone, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's for the Glazers to say no to something like that just shows that they've got no concern about the actual club in their business dealings at the moment. You know.
Also, Qatar would have gotten all your guys' debt. They would have wiped all the debts of the club.
How crazy is that? And they just say
it would have been a huge moment for the club. But I know, like you mentioned, the whole Israel thing. I know a lot of people also aren't like, especially United fans, they don't fancy so much having like a state-owned ownership in the club, and they prefer. I've been hearing just little stories here and there that they actually prefer having Sir Jim as a Manchester-born. I'm not even sure if he's a Man United fan because he's actually tried to buy Chelsea and Barcelona before. Yeah. But as a Manchester lad, I know the local fans are quite pleased with him coming in. But then again, like you say, you're losing out on all this investment, all this money that would have come into the community. And then plus, you probably would have been able to purchase any player you want. You guys would have been signing the likes of Mbappe. And we've been seeing how bad United's transfer recruitment has been over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, bro, that's exactly, you hit the nail on the head there, bro. It's Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I don't think is a bad owner of the club or a bad influence who will come in. But the problem is that the percentage of ownership he gets, bro. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that the Glazers are still around. It's not so much about that Sheik Jassim was the person we wanted, but it was the money that he was intended.
Getting the Glazers out is the main thing.
The money that he intended to invest in the club, because the club needs the investment, bro. It's one thing about transfer windows. We've had good transfer windows. The Glazers spent, but I think it's more about the culture of the club that the Glazers have developed. Bro, it's just the silly investment.
But even Old Trafford, if you look at Old Trafford, apparently Old Trafford's decaying and no upgrades are going there. I mean, you guys used to be called the Theatre of Dreams. The stories you've been hearing out of the fans that go to the stadium, it's looking quite like bad. It's looking actually quite run down at the moment. And the training ground, they've been talking about it quite a lot. I know Mark Goldbridge, big United fan. I know he's been mentioning it quite a bit.
Yeah, bro, like, okay, fair enough. Guys like me and majority of the fans never see that, never get to experience that. But at the end of the day, the main thing that matters is what's going on the football pitch, bro. I'm sure all United fans are in the same boat as me, and we're so tired of hearing just negative stories coming out of our club. Negative football, negative results, negative stories. bro, when is it gonna change, Robbie?
Yeah,
you know,
bro, it's honestly, if you look at, since it's been a decade now since Alex has
Yeah.
left, and the drop that you guys have gone under. I remember being like in the late 2000s. If you played United, you feared them. You were like, oh, here we go again. This is either like, if we can get a draw out of this game. United used to have the aura that City have
Yeah.
now, and at the moment, I don't think any team really fears going to United or facing United in general.
No, not at all, bro. Not at all. I think it's especially for the lower and mid-table teams. I think they see us as an opportunity to take some points. You know what I mean? And it's like crazy to think that that's what we've become, bro. And it's you think of.
How much do you put at the door of Ten Hag, though? How much do you lay there? How much?
Look, bro, I like him. I think he's a good manager, and what he did last year for us was pretty good, bro. But yeah,
Dream. It was a dream for you guys. Where you guys came from, also losing Ronaldo, having like guys like Weghorst up front leading the line for you guys. I think it was like a miracle. I think it actually worked quite a miracle to get you guys.
Exactly. But I think the problem with what's happening now is that the spotlight is moving away from his football managing skills to his in front of camera skills. Do you know what I mean? Like the things he says, the things he has to deal with behind the scenes.
The Sancho situation.
All the
as
situations
well,
just like pull him away from coaching football. Do you know what I mean? Every time it's just it's a new story. It's this. Imagine him having to deal with all this news about the Qatari takeover versus Sir Jim Ratcliffe. You think he doesn't want some clarification? How much better have things been for him if before the season started he knew, okay, these guys are taking over the club. This is what our investment is going to look like. This is what is going to be happening around the club. He's the manager, and he probably knows just as much as we do, bro. How ridiculous is that?
No, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem at United, but it's from the top down. We've been seeing it for. I mean, it was kind of paved over a little bit with Sir Alex still there, because he was able to still get you guys the titles and still managing to get the players in. But now you guys are running at that risk of players not wanting to, because obviously it's a new generation of kids coming through, and they only know United as a struggling team. They don't really remember United as being this great team. Now they only know United as the struggling side. So from a United perspective, I think this is quite worrying for fans. Obviously, you don't know what's going to happen. Anything can go in football, so things could turn around with Sir Jim coming in. You know, he might appoint Paul Mitchell. Apparently, has been rumoured to be coming in as the new sporting director, which will obviously be a good appointment. Formerly of Tottenham, I believe, and Southampton. So that would be a good appointment for you guys. Something that's desperately needed there. But yeah, if I was a United fan, I would be a bit worried.
Yeah, bro, but we'll have to see. But I reckon Jim Ratcliffe, I hope for the best. I hope that him taking over the football aspect of it might change the way things go. You know, we invest in the right
transfers
places.
in January if he comes in?
I definitely do.
Where's the area you would most target if you were in Sir Jim's position, let's say?
Centre back and striker.
For sure.
Centre back, just bring in somebody who's a bit faster and just doesn't let us rely on Maguire and Evans. Yeah, bro, fuck them both.
And a striker, you need someone for Hoyland. I think you guys messed up a bit in the market in the beginning of this transfer window, missing out on Kane. I think he would have been a game changer for you guys. But I agree with you. I think a centre back is of vital importance and a striker, but I also think that you guys need to get rid of some of that deadwood, like talking about the Maguires and those type of players.
Yeah, bro, a perfect window for us would be Maguire moving on and us getting, let's say, example, Todibo. I like Todibo, he's a good player. And then a backup striker, bro. Right now, I don't think the market's that full of them. You know, if we want to spend big, if we don't
only big ones,
yeah, it's only big spending. But if we can find some, let's example somebody who's on kind of Hoyland's level in terms of like hype and goal scoring ability and maybe age. But like we spoke about before, you know, United's always known for having an older striker there, head there. We talk about Van Persie, Zlatan, Sheringham, always an older Cavani, always an older striker. I wouldn't mind seeing them invest in someone a bit older that we can use as backup, and that if Hoyland isn't available, he's available, and we know he's going to be scoring goals, not what's that fucker's name? Burnley.
Which one?
What just Dutch was there, tall guy.
Weghorst.
Yeah, not a Weghorst type of signing. I don't want someone like that. I want someone who's proven and scores goals. You know, I think the ideal one, but if we're going to be in a race and it's going to cost us a lot, is Ivan Toney.
Yeah, I was literally about to say Ivan Toney's available.
Bro.
It's probably going to be 60 mil, but I think a lot of clubs, us, Arsenal as well, Chelsea and you guys. But for you guys, you would be perfect.
Yeah, bro. Someone like that, I'll be happy with, bro. I'll be very happy with. But we'll have to see what Jim Ratcliffe does, what his investments are, and if it changes the football aspect. Well, obviously, it's a long way away. Not that long way away, but you don't want to be losing games before the January transfer window. I think the pressure on your January transfer window, if you're sitting mid-table, is a lot different if you're sitting towards the top, you know?
And then you always make those panic buys, and then, you know, like a Weghorst that usually ends up not working out. But you guys have had some good January buys. I mean, I think Vidic might have came during January, and that was obviously one of your best players, especially in the new generation.
Yeah, Bruno was a January buy, wasn't he?
Yeah, Bruno was one as well, and he's definitely, at the moment for me, your guys' best player.
Exactly. So hopefully we can bring in someone who's class and who wants to play for Ten Hag, bro, who makes a difference to the team. But we'll have to see. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us with Couch Coach Sports. Please like, please subscribe, leave some comments for us to get back to you guys. And until next time, cheers.
Cheers, everybody.